This is the green room.
Oh wait, I could curse, right? The radio
you can.
the second one, or
You can curse all you want. It's earmuffs though. Earmuffs, like old school, where it's like when the kid's around. Then he does it, and then fucking Will Ferrell's like, shit, ball, cock, fuck. And he's like, we're not celebrating it, Frank. Yeah, no, that's basically what it is.
yeah, my dad used to do
So
earmuffs.
we live?
Yeah, no, I forgot.
Yeah, no?
I forgot to turn the one up, so we didn't hear it go. Siri tell us that we were recording. So yes, we are live.
We're live. Okay.
So welcome
I
to
have
the green room.
consented.
Yeah, right.
Yes. Welcome to the green room. Here's your soft entry.
Well, did you? Hey, what's this soft entry shit?
Hey,
the fuck's that
I
about?
like to keep it mellow.
That's one thing, but soft entries, that's a whole nother ball game, bro. That's not what he said.
So
And it's not what she said either.
Mr. Gemini.
Philly D.
Clickety clack effect checking Miss JD.
Yeah,
Not in the
JD's
house,
not in the
no.
house, but we do have our man in the house. You can go. What's up, bro? Introduce yourself.
I am Jordan Freed. I'm a comedian and filmmaker, currently hailing from Rutherford, New Jersey, originally from Warwick, New York. Yeah.
Nice.
What's up? Welcome.
Yeah,
to myself.
Jersey's in the house, right?
Welcome to myself.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so born and raised in Jersey.
Born and raised on the border of New York, New Jersey. I was born in Suffolk, New York, which is on the border of Mahwah, New Jersey. And then I moved to Warwick, New York, which is on the border of Vernon, New Jersey, which is where Mountain Creek, aka Action Park, is.
Ooh.
So I grew up right there. Yeah.
That's a conversation in itself.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I worked there when they like rebranded as Action Park for a summer. That was like my last summer working like in the Northeast before working for Tulane's football team.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Dude, you had this
jobs, right? Fucking love working, man.
Oh, dude, that reminded me of like white people shit from the play Between Two Knees, where it's just like, doing white people stuff. And it's just like, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, man, that's how we do it, babe.
Shit, this is a video podcast. Gotta fix my head.
Oh, actually, this
one
well,
isn't.
so I mean, wow, we've been discussing it though, because the last one we did, when we had the drinking game, we do have video, and we have been recording video, but we've been discussing how it's the green room, and the whole thing about the green room is it's like Vegas there, which means what happens there stays there. So it's the back venue. It's not the room that everybody gets to go into, right? That's where all the guests, their entourage, family, friends, whoever, like that's where the party happens, right? There may or may not be drugs or alcohol or hookers or strippers or something to those effects, and or combinations thereof.
No strippers.
Not tonight.
There's no
No,
strippers.
not here. Yes. Maybe. No, no.
It's a family show.
Redacted.
Meaning I got family somewhere that's listening. So.
There has been, will not be ever now, or will then been.
Oh, wow.
Disclaimer, Maria. You're welcome.
Going okay there.
No strippers. Sans the strippers. All the strippers.
What a kidder.
But yeah, no, dude, that shit was cracking me up. Fucking, jobs, right? But dude, well, I say that this world is very much like Monopoly. It's just, it's the construct is based around an idea of a value system that happens to be relatively paper. Now it's like digital, but still it's based in a tactile thing, something that you can touch and hold. And, so it's like you have to play the game if you want to do anything, basically.
Oh yeah, you got to take the money from the rich people, or else you don't have money.
Yeah,
well, you can't do shit.
Well, they'll
And
take it
they
from
stop
you, right?
Yeah.
That's.
Oh yeah, I haven't been sued yet, but I'm sure that's like the future of my life. It's like getting sued by random ass people who are just like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna ruin your life." Lawsuit time, bang, bang, bang.
Dude, but yes.
Just creative people who are just like, "Fuck you, have fun in court."
Dude, pretty much, man. Well, because a lot of the times, depending on what they're doing, it's cheaper to fucking pay them off than it is to pay for the lawyers.
Yeah.
So
that's why I try not to talk bad about people and create enemies. I love everyone. Don't sue me. I love everyone. Don't sue me.
But dude, it's the same thing as like having a hater. It's like once you finally have a hater, it's like, oh, we made it. Well, because dude, it's like, because when you first start out doing anything, it's always going to be like your family and friends. Like your grandma loves you and she supports you. She's wearing like your t-shirts and shit, and like no one was rocking it for you. But you know, when you get into that next level, it's like that's where you get into that stuff. And so it's like, you got a hater, made it.
That's the thing, is I don't want to get to the point of haters. I just want to be in the background a little bit and not have somebody wanting to shoot me. I feel like everybody has a gun. No offense to gun owners. I know there are very responsible gun owners, but there are also not responsible gun owners, obviously, as we see every day, shooting up places. But yeah, I'm not trying to be like that famous where people like know me that well. Like I'm trying to be like a local celebrity. I'm trying to be like a guy who like hipsters know, and hipsters are like, oh, cool, he's coming to town, you know, or, oh, I just saw his film at like the art house theater. Cool. Sick. Like it just plays in like 50 towns and like I make like $1 million. That's fine. You know, like it was a $50,000 film. I don't know. I haven't made any money yet. So we'll see what happens in the future.
Dream big, you know? Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, I mean, for real, like, check it. These are my vision board things. So we're actually like
money. This is a real life check. No, it's a vision board. Imagine he was just handing me a big check. He's like, "Thank you for being on my show.
Yeah, right.
Here's $2 million."
Hey man, maybe one day, but yeah, dude. For real, like we
make $1 million. Like Mr. Beast could literally just like have on an out of work comedian and just give them like $1 million every time because he makes $2 million off every video. He could just literally just like make an artist like life every single episode, but he's just like, no, I'm gonna start a burger restaurant. That's what people need.
Dude, people
need to eat my burgers.
No, he was in a Super Bowl commercial.
Of fucking course he was. How could we have a Super Bowl without Mr. Beast? He's the only thing.
See, that's the thing. Like, I know who he is because I've seen pictures of him, but I've never watched any of, like, literally never seen a single one of none of it. I mean, I know he's a YouTuber and he's like been doing it for a long time. Like I watched a little bit of an interview, I think with like Clipwise where he was on Joe Rogan's show or something. So that's as familiar as I am with him as, you know, like that 7 minutes.
I'm not like a follower. Like,
no, I'm just now aware of, I just literally just learned who he was.
He's America. He's our biggest
America.
He's our biggest export right now. Get used to him. Dude, he's like, going to be our president in a couple of years.
He's a new distraction.
Like fucking Idiocracy. No shit.
Yeah, fuck yeah. He's going to be our next president.
Dude,
not our next president, but maybe in like 10 years, like he's doing that type of thing because he's starting like a business empire right now and he has all the YouTube followers. He's one of the richest people on YouTube. And then he's also starting, like, he's like what Donald Trump wishes he was.
Yeah, I mean, because he's been doing it since he was like younger. So, I mean, he's like self-made through YouTube, basically. I mean, he's a famous YouTuber. Yeah, I guess
that's what his fans like. They're just like, yeah, he is like literally not signed to anyone. He has all the power, and it's like I don't know. Maybe I'll meet him one day.
But what is it though? I mean, are you fully corporatized at that point though? I mean, you're no longer.
He is going to be like a publicly traded company. Like he's about to do an IPO. He went from being like YouTube to just being like, I am a brand now. Yeah. You have to pay for every time you want to experience the Mr. Beast band. I am at the American Dream Mall. I'm right by the American Dream Mall. So they have Mr. Beast Burger there. There was like mobbed, like kids were like out the ass to see Mr. Beast Burger. It's just like, yeah, like it's chill, but it's just like there are so many burger places in the world, but like he has the most followers. So like his burger place is going to succeed.
Yeah.
And like Joe Schmo's burger place is going to be like,
you're not selling a product, you're selling yourself.
Yeah.
Bro, that's what it is, man.
It's Shaq selling the gold bond. Suck my gold bond right here. I have a big bottle of gold bond for you. You want to suck it? He's just getting paid $5 million. Mr. Beast is like, hey, we got a lot of shitty meat here. Let's make a fast food place. No, it's organic. It's organic. Do we know if it's organic?
Do organic is what it's
kind of a loose definition.
Yeah, but the definition can be changed, and especially nowadays, man, definitions be changing all the time.
It is sick though. Like I wish I was popular with the kids, but like I've always been like an old man, like since I was like 5. But I don't know. He definitely, cause like the kids will just ask their parents to get the Mr. Beast burger, and like you can't say no to your kid. Like you want your kid to fucking hate you. Like you can't do that. You have to say yes.
No, I say no.
You pick your battles, but yeah, you have to.
No, I don't pick no battles. If it's no, the answer's no.
But
and I
Dad,
say,
he's on YouTube. But Dad, he's on YouTube. But I watch him every day.
Oh yeah, no, that's your average American kid, not my kid. My kid, no, they do not. That's not how we roll.
That's why they didn't open up a Mr. Beast burger in Bucks County.
Yeah, that shit would not have done well here, probably. I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah,
dude, there's a whole different, and it's from, dude, you go from lower Bucks to middle Bucks to upper Bucks. It is 3 completely different living styles. Not a joke. Lower Bucks is like almost like inner city, cheap row homes, kind of like, lower, yearly income. Yes. Middle Bucks is like one of the wealthiest. If it wasn't for lower, Bucks, honestly, I think the numbers would be upper Bucks would be like the number 2 county in the nation.
What's like upper Bucks?
Wealth. Upper Bucks is where we're at now. So that's basically very rural country, kind of like old style living. You'd be surprised how many like farm style, stable, just some form of, farm-ish. Dude, so you literally go from like inner city to like rich in the middle of nowhere to like fucking, it's pretty good money. Dude, I'll tell you what, man, some of these farmers, man, these kids got some fucking money around here, man.
Famous people live along this?
I do fucking, yeah, Leonardo's got a house around the corner. Fucking Mario Andretti's up around. It's just like
DiCaprio?
Yeah, DiCaprio is like one of
his. Around here.
Well, one of his like 9 houses or some shit is, I think,
that's
like
where he brings the side chick.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's like a couple miles down the road.
Nice.
I think if not, then he's like a couple miles down, but up on the hill. I don't.
Good
not
shit.
sure.
Shout outs Leonardo DiCaprio.
You gotta have a house out in the country, and then you gotta have a house in Hollywood, and then you gotta have a house out in the city, and then
you gotta have a house for the house to get away from those houses. It's like it's like the non-house house.
Well, and every house has like a separate house, like a guest quarters or
a house.
So many taxes. Oh my God, his accountant must be so busy.
Dude, but I'll tell you what, man, if you see, this is the thing, like the smarter ones don't actually really own any of their stuff. They have companies that own things, that own like licensing fees and rights, and it's the way you can flip flop your money just depending on how you paper your stuff. So you get to like keep all your shit basically, but it's not technically yours, even though it is. So they can't really it's the right papering, company wise and tax purpose wise, especially with today's like current rules. That's why you get a lot of these bigger guys where it's just like, they don't pay any taxes. Yeah. Cause they're fucking smart and know all the tax laws. They work their companies in a fashion that does this. Like that's literally all they're doing, because they're just trying to keep as much money of it as like, who isn't trying to do that shit, but they actually go through and do it legally. They're not hiding shit. They're just putting it in the right paper form. They're really good at fucking paperwork.
Well, some of them are hiding it.
Well, some, yeah, but not all.
Tells me this whole thing is just a freaking scam from the get-go.
Dude, what was the thing that was it you or JD that sent it, where they were talking about? It's like, there's no law that says you have to pay taxes. You go and ask there is literally no law that requires you if you do not. Like, it's an agency. They don't have the right.
You're not entitled to pay federal taxes, technically.
Well, but that's what they're saying. Like, if you go to the IRS and ask them, like, where's the tax law on this? They can't provide it because it doesn't exist. So technically, by law, you don't have to pay taxes.
Well, it's not my job to provide that for you. You should know where to find it.
Well, I mean, that's why we need to stop paying like senators and fucking all the stupid.
You have to pay $10 a sheet to copy something.
All right, this is a little offensive. I have some accountants in my life. Like you guys are saying some offensive things to accountants. No,
no, this isn't about the accountants.
No, not about the accountants.
No. The business people wise, like the.
No, I'm just fucking.
I got people that fucking dude. That's like a good accountant is worth their fucking money, man. Dude, no ifs, ands, or buts. If they know how to file their paperwork, a bomb fucking accountant is a good way to go if you want to get into business. It's the easiest way to protect yourself. Yeah, I'm sure
an accountant doesn't want to hear my ideas. I think we should have a flat tax. That'd be much easier. Then you know what you're getting hit with.
But dude, there's been so many papers that and see, and this is the thing. No matter what the system is, the papers and the numbers are always going to assume the same thing. No system is perfect. So it doesn't matter what you're doing. You're still going to have a lot that have a little and a little that have a lot. It's
That's
just
what I always wonder,
80-20 shit.
How
man.
many of my tax dollars are actually going to benefit me and those around me?
Did you like none, bro?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's such a small percentage, and like, it's the same thing anymore. Like, I don't even feel like I can donate to a cause because how much of that money is actually getting to the cause, and how much of it is supporting the guy that's supporting the cause. You know.
That's why we got to bring up the people around us, I guess.
Yeah, Adam Sandler, the shit out of it, man. One of you makes it, you all make it.
I mean, the best running government, not to get too political, but the best running government runs closest to its
I think
people.
we're past that point, bro.
Runs closest to its people. That's all I was going to say. That's it.
That's not political. Oh, shit. I left the... Please continue without me. I got to...
Well, no, it's not really political, but... It's about as far political as I'm willing to go.
Yeah, no. F politics. Although I did fuck with Fetterman. I feel bad that he's going through some health issues. I feel like he was a good dude. He's having some struggles, though.
I had forgot it at one of the machines. Dude, I heard it instantly kicked on. I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, hold on.
It's all right, man.
I'm anal when it comes to the studio, like
So,
the
it's
way
only
it's
the green room. That's where we iron this stuff out.
no shit, but still, I had forgotten it, so I went and fixed that shit.
Don't beat yourself up, man.
Jesus Lord. So what are you talking about while I was gone? Anything good? Yeah, I wasn't gone that long.
I said I fuck with Fetterman because I'm in Pennsylvania. And I said I wish him a speedy recovery. It seems like he's going through some health stuff.
Yeah, I don't I do not watch TV or the news.
You don't need to. Just know that you're in good hands. He's a guy who looks exactly like you.
Dude, I've heard that a couple of times. Dude, I also get like freaking Goldberg and like what's Austin or whatever. Freaking not Austin Powers, the freaking wrestler.
I don't really
Damn it,
watch
JD.
wrestling. You're in the wrong crowd.
Yeah, no, but
Not a wrestling guy.
yeah, she's got the night off. She needs the rest. I mean, I was like old school wrestling, like back in the 80s shit when that stuff was first coming out with like fucking Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper. You know what I mean? Like all that shit. You know, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Junkyard Dog, like that shit. Oh, geez, man.
No, like I might get into it one day. I just don't have the bandwidth in my head for like another thing to like memorize and like be thinking about all the time.
Right.
I already have too many things on my mind. Like
That's why I don't watch TV,
to
man.
reduce some things. Yeah, no, it is pretty overwhelming. Like just the constant Netflix, Twitter, like all this stuff. Like I'm trying to read more. I'm trying to read novels. Like I haven't read a novel in so long. I got one in my backpack right now, but I didn't even crack it open yet. I got here early and I was like, well, if he doesn't let me in, then I will start reading Ulysses. I'm going back to some James Joyce because
There you go.
I took a class on him in college. So I was like, let me read something hard. Let me just make my life hard for a little bit. Literally. Not actually hard. My life is already too hard.
Oh my God.
And it's fucking easy. It's easy, but it's hard.
Literally literature.
It is a paradox. Thank
It's not really a novel.
you,
It's not
AP
like
literature.
It's like an epic.
It is an epic. It is considered an epic for sure.
I did write a novel, but it's gone now. I wiped it. I wiped it off the internet.
Wow.
Yeah, it was too controversial.
I don't know if that's true or that's like just
We can move on from it.
okay.
I'd rather not talk about it.
It just makes me want
It's
to
a very
like.
traumatic time. We'll move on.
Okay. So it was a very personal kind of a thing, and so you're just like, no mas.
Yeah, no, I might write a novel another time, but that novel was not the novel.
Okay. Well, I mean, you said you're a filmmaker, so I mean, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not a novelist. I'm a filmmaker. And a comedian.
Do you like screenwrite or any of that kind of stuff?
I do, yeah. Now I write scripts. Indeed. I've done that for short films. Knock, you could watch on YouTube right now. That's one of my short films. It's a 15-minute stoner comedy.
Nice.
About some guys who hear a knock at the door.
Sounds very Cheech and Chong like.
Very, very, yeah. And then,
Dave's not here.
yeah, and then also we're actually having a screening. When is this coming out? Is this live right now on something or no? When does this come out?
This will be, I want to say like 4 weeks. I think we're about a month behind because we double stacked for a hot minute.
Word. We also have Beware the Horn, which is like a feature film that I like wrote and directed and like starred in. That was like improvised. Did that with Brendan O'Brien, my co-director on that film and producing partner in a lot of films.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And that was about a film school graduate that stumbled upon an improv troupe that he thought was a cult.
Okay.
And it's a quick watch, so like anybody at home, like it's 72 minutes. Like I highly encourage you to jump off of YouTube after this and like go to the other YouTube video, Beware the Horn. Just search that. It's
no,
1,700
I'll pop a link.
Yeah. We're trying to make it go viral. That would be sick. Maybe somebody would put me in a real movie. Fuck.
Dude, I mean,
like I do like making my own movies, but it would be cool to just get paper.
Well, we've been talking about doing a puppet show called It's Puppets, Bro. And we've developed a couple of characters. We put a couple of scenes together, but we haven't like legit written anything out. It's all still in like sketchboard in our mind kind of
It's
spot.
a union production. Get me on it. Let's get that SAG budget. That SAG contract. Let's do it. Let's make it happen on pod.
I'm speechless.
I'm gonna be a puppet. Let's do it.
Well, yeah, but dude,
I'm already Jeff Bezos' puppet. I'm already Elon Musk's puppet now.
I mean, hey. Well, no, so
I don't drive a Tesla. Fuck Tesla.
We've you guys can talk about that later, I guess.
Yeah, no.
No, we've
combustion all the way. Sorry.
We've developed two characters. The one is Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. The guy that like, kills all of the big girls and like skins them and makes his own like chick suit basically.
I fuck with that movie.
But it's him when he's like 19 before he becomes that. So he's like, becoming an adult, the last formative years of his life.
He just works at a lotion store.
Bed Bath and Beyond, but gets fired because he keeps telling, you just got to put it in the basket. And it's just like, I'm sorry. It's like, we have to talk about the basket talk.
I feel like he got fired from Bed Bath and Beyond for putting too much lotion on, and they were like, "Ew, what are you doing? You're like white, like with cream all over you."
Can we talk for a minute here? Close the door, dude. We have a problem. You're not here just to sell cocoa butter, okay? I know it's good, but we have many other products that we're trying to move, and all you keep selling is cocoa butter.
It's good over the skin.
And to be honest, you're kind of creeping some of the clients out. So the way you start rubbing on their skin and
yeah, right. Oh, I want to go get you a basket. Like, what is it with the baskets for crying out loud?
He gets reunited with a cousin or something like that.
So that's the thing is, so that's him at like 19, but he also gets fired from being a bathroom attendant because he's always telling you to put the stuff back into the basket. And they throw it on the counter and then he's just like, oh, put it in the basket. Like everything is always about a basket. Like somehow or another there's a basket in the scene. He's talking about a basket. He's getting fired for it. Like, dude, but again, him is 19, but he's got his cousin who's basically Ned Flanders from The Simpsons at age 19, also going through the same thing. So they're opposites and they get stuck in a situation where they too have to like move into their grandma's house together. So it's their grandma and the two of them when they're like 19. And then there's just like multiple scenes. It's basically like Three's Company with puppets with Buffalo Bill, Ned Flanders, and his name as his cousin is Christian Sidehug.
So I have to...
Wow, you lost me. I'm pretty.
I had never heard this. So I had never heard this term bore. I
need to be higher.
I was talking to Philda one day, and he was like, what were we talking about? And you would just kind of offhand mention, like the Christian side hug. And I was like, who is that? Was the first?
I'm a Jew. I don't understand the side hug.
Well, so a Christian side hug by nature is literally like where you like
a
hug
shoulder
from
hug.
the side. So it's like shoulder to shoulder, and you like
Peace be with you.
Well, yeah, you got to leave space for the Holy Ghost. You don't go front to front. You go side to side. That's a Christian side hug. So, but his name is actually Christian Side Hug because it's Ned Flanders because we can't call him Ned Flanders. But
well, the first time I heard that term from you, I was like, that sounds like it needs to be somebody's name.
pretty much.
It needs to be someone's name.
Did you guys watch The Simpsons from the beginning?
Dude, I watched it when it was on Tracy Ullman show,
Yeah,
bro.
for real.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Go home.
I'm not old enough to do that. They were like 15 seasons in when I was born.
Dude,
They were like super short. They were like 2-3 minutes back then.
Oh, yeah. No, they were just like little clips and shit, basically.
I'm a little baby. They had computer technology by then. They were doing intense things on The Simpsons by the time I was watching The Simpsons.
Pretty much, man.
Although I did get like a DVD set of The Simpsons, and that was pretty cool.
But that's up there with one of the longest running programs ever.
Oh yeah.
Like 30 some seasons
That's
now.
ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
I think it's literally the longest running animated show ever.
I mean, most of the things even we consider like classics, like they were lucky to last 10 years.
that's one of those like apocalyptic things that like once society like dies and there's like thousands of people living as opposed to millions of people, it's going to be like, oh, at least I have The Simpsons on DVD.
Dude,
like I could remember what humans were like just watching The Simpsons.
Oh, that's great.
There's just
the
so
whole
many
culture
copies.
built on-
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
When we have to restart civilization, I hope it's not just The Simpsons we have to look back at, you know.
It's gonna be wild. Yeah, you guys.
The
I don't
pyramids
know.
will be totally forgotten.
I'm gonna be around for some fucked up times. Yeah, because like I'm 27, so I'm gonna live at least to 2050, hopefully, and then that's gonna be fucked. Everything's supposed to run out that year, and I'm gonna be 55. That's like my retirement. Is like everything runs out.
and see, and that's the thing. Like, as long as I've been alive, which only 4 decades at this point. Well, 4.5 really, fucking, but still. The knowledge or experiences that I've seen is like, I've heard for the longest time that like all this crazy shit's going to happen. And every single time, air quotes, crazy shit happened, we made it through. We all became better. The world continued to globalize more. We've only become more united as people. And there seems to be, yes, a larger population, but there's still a larger population of like love, good vibes and peace. So, I mean, this is a good thing. Like, it's all good. It's especially lately, man, fucking, cause it's so 23 seconds ago. It's just bad news, bad. That's why I stopped watching TV and news and
For sure, yeah.
Cause that's all they preach. And it's just like, fuck that shit, man.
Well, yeah, it is just very scary with like the train derailment and shit. Like, I don't know if you guys have kept up with that in Ohio. Like, it's just like polluted. Like, people are very worried about like this, like, spillage of chemicals and shit. And it's just like, how often does this happen? And like, we're just always getting chemicals dumped into things. So it's like very tough to like know where you can even get good things, Like, where is a place that has not been touched by human pollution? And it's like, there's not really a place anymore. Like, there are microplastics in all of our water supplies.
Pollution. Like, farmers these days see no problem in making crops that are resilient to the pesticides that we use because it works, because it makes money, and not because it makes people, feel healthier, and there's nothing natural about it anymore. I mean, I agree with that. Like, the whole term organic is kind of like you really have to look deeper than that. Just terming something organic doesn't necessarily mean it's, by your standards, what you would consider to be organic.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't have a very good green thumb, but I really praise to the farmers because, like, we need farmers like everywhere. We need farmers inside. We need farmers outside. Like, we need people growing shit all over because, like, that is how our society is going to survive. Is like everybody is growing food so that, like, if these places get too polluted, you could get like a different food source and like find ways to grow plants and shit.
There's tons of papers out there that have evidence to support that a micro economic system, I mean, literally doing a hyper localized, very tiny, town to town, not even state to state, like really small, not only stabilizes, but then offers a greater diversity and better pricing, price control. And it makes easier entry for everything. It reduces tons and tons of waste because now you're not having to freeze and ship and pump out. And then so you're not consuming as much water and gas and, you're not, so there really is while you're joking, it's very true. We should be at that place. That's why, you said by 2050 it's fucked. It's I'm hoping by 2050 we're getting to this hyper localized idea where every town, just like it used to be back in, cultural Europe, you would go to different towns. Every town would have its own fucking brewery. It'd have its own winery, or, you know what I mean? And every time you would go from town to town, you got to sample that town. That's what it should be like.
It should be, since we have the internet. We have literally all the information that humanity has ever gotten, basically, all in one place. It should be more localized. I think that is a good thing because COVID definitely pushed people to do that because they were oh shit, I can't get it from China anymore. What am I going to do? I can't get it from across the country. Freight's too expensive,
Yeah.
It's just the nature of society now. You have to make things local or else you're going to pay so much on it that it's not worth it to get it from somewhere else.
Agreed.
Economics. Yes, I have a management minor. I studied this a little bit back in college. Oh, yes, the days that were good. Oh, yes.
Yeah, bachelor's in business with a minor in psychology and abnormal psychology, developmental behavioral, so the neural science of it, nature, nurture from, being born to death, all of that shit. But the mentality, but with the mentality of economic structures. So it's understanding
this man's an ad man.
Well, but to me, it was I'm like I said before, man, we're playing Monopoly. So when you're playing Monopoly, you got to know the rules. So that was business, but we're also human beings, and that's psychology. So doing the two of them together and knowing what the crazy shit is, as well as what the norms would be and what the math would say, the numbers would indicate. So the logic behind it. To me, doing the combination made it the easiest to understand how to live in the Monopoly game.
Yeah, psychology was definitely something that changed my life. Taking that in high school, that was baffling how good that was. I took 2 years. I think I took regular psychology and then AP Psych, I think, or maybe I just took one. And then I had a psychology credit that just went to college.
What was on the syllabus?
Just a lot of history, a lot of case studies and stuff like that. I feel that was the majority of the psychology and brain and understanding different parts of the brain, which I've forgotten it because it was in high school. Yeah. And I didn't take any science in college.
A branch of anatomy, basically. You had to
they try to combine a bunch of different things because people think that psychology is bullshit, but it's not because it's tied to tons of studies.
I think the term is soft science, which I think that's kind of offensive, but
yeah, because there are bases in medical science, there are bases in data science. It's just yes, there is pseudoscience that passes itself off as psychology, but psychology itself is not pseudoscience. There are people who try to fake psychology and say oh, I'm a therapist or I do this. But if you actually studied a lot of shit and what you're talking about, and there were flaws in psychology, obviously, because they used to say that gay people were criminal. Or not criminal, medical. That was a disease to be gay.
Well, that's what hysteria was. It was supposed to be. That's why you get hysterectomy from. So they when you had hysteria, it was a female mental condition, and they would take your uterus out.
But yeah, that's flaws in psychology.
Yeah, that's a hysterectomy. Obviously. That's the bullshit that's tied to psychology. But it's that's not.
But if you utilize all the things that have ever been discovered about psychology and you acquaint yourself with that, then it's I know how the brain works. I know how memory works. I know how brain trauma affects you. I know how, habits form because psychology is literally the study of behavior. Cause you're oh, it's about your brain. And it's no, it's literally about your behavior. It's not even about your brain. We just study the brain because it's an offshoot of that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the CPU. It's the central processing unit,
Yeah. And it's it really decodes a lot of things in your life and medically and mental health wise. And if you don't believe in mental health being a thing, then it's you kind of just don't know how to change yourself, I'd say. But if you believe in mental health, then you like look for solutions in that, and you're like, oh, like I have to change my habits by a positive repetition or something, or I have to do this, or I have to do that. I have to work out more. I have to put myself in a positive headspace. I have to listen to music, whatever the thing is, because it's like that trains your brain differently to be a happy person.
Yeah, I talk about with the book The Secret. They did the second one was called The Answer, and what they do is they basically explain what the RAC is, which is the Reticulum Activation Center. It's the spot in your brain where you build continuous habits, and that's what basically builds its own processing program so that it determines what information it ingests is important. Because your body can take in so much, but your brain only wants to see so many so that it can make quicker decisions. Because otherwise, it can be sitting there computing all day, and it's like, dude, that's a pain in the ass. So the Reticulum Activation Center, the RAC, it's the quick learning habit, spot where everything comes in first. And once it figures out what's what, it just boom, it loads it, whatever. So as you tell that, because that's the continuous spot where all the information comes in first. If you're constantly throwing the same thing at it over and over again, eventually it learns, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be looking for. And it looks for more of that.
Yeah.
And that's how, air quotes, the law of attraction works. It's just your body is now programmed to resonate on a level where it sees the stuff that's already been there, but now you're actually witnessing it because your brain's like, oh shit, yeah, I need that for what he wants now. So it goes after it for you.
Oh, definitely. And I'd say like psychology has helped me a lot with like memorization and memory and like focus and just like the arts in general, because like just knowing that like your brain can hold like 7 things in your short-term memory and like knowing like little hacks like that. And it's like, if you have a TV on and you're listening to music and you're also like texting, like that's already too many things. And like, you're not going to smell that like your toast is burning in the toaster oven, because you're going to be distracted by other things. And like knowing that you need to reduce distractions, and like there are 5 senses, like you have to sip some water if you got cotton mouth, because that's going to like become like a sense that you're using up. If there's a bad taste in your mouth, if there's a bad smell in the room, you got to get rid of the bad smell, because that's using up one of your senses and like one of your short-term memory like abilities. And then like committing things to long-term memory, it's just like, that's always been so hard for me. And then I started smoking weed after that. So then it was just like, my memory's only gotten worse because of that. But you got to know that like repetition is huge, and like emotion is huge, and like focusing and like getting yourself into a state of like, this is the only thing. I am just looking at these words and reading these words and understanding these words and like knowing this. And then I'm going to start from the bottom and I'm going to go up and then memorize from the bottom up. And then I'm going to start from the top and then go from the top up. And then I'm going to start from the middle and go from the middle down. And it's like, then you have memorized something and you will not forget it.
I mean, that's
do the 36th chamber first. Or no, the 35th.
Yeah, 35th. And then, you work backwards. Yeah. But that's time. That's why you get into the idea of being like a master or an expert or, like to a certain level. It's slow and steady, consistent work where it's just like repetition. And it doesn't matter if you go forward, backwards, left, right, to the side, because you've tried it, you thought about it, you fucked up, you read books on it, you talked to people about it, you thought about it, it just takes time.
I read a lot of books.
Dude,
I was an English major and I worked in a library in high school. And my dad was an English teacher.
There you go. Yeah, no, I only like dry academia. Like, I want to read books about like foreign policy structure and economic systems and how the brain so I'm reading like the super science shit where you can't really, it takes you 3 tries just to, say the fucking word. You're like, how the fuck do you pronounce? All right. So that's and then son of a bitch I like that kind of book. I don't really sit down to read like a novel or something. Like I've read quite a few novels. I mean, most of it was like Stephen King kind of stuff. I was, the fanciful shit.
I never read the Iliad and the Odyssey. I mean,
I read most of your typical high school shit because we had to, but a few others. But
all the stuff that was referenced. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, we went to pretty good school, so that we actually had a pretty extensive reading list, I think.
Nice. Yeah. My school's, they were trying to be a little artsy fartsy sometimes. So I got some weird reading sometimes. Yeah. Like my dad like talks shit about my like education sometimes. It's just like, you didn't even read the classics.
That's a
like,
good
all
point.
Right.
That's a good point.
But like, I do read a lot of nonfiction, and I also like listen to a lot of nonfiction audiobooks. I feel like it's like the quickest way to ingest information. Like the advent of audiobooks is making me very smart, like comparatively to probably what I would have been. Dude,
especially if they're read by Morgan Freeman, that'd be dope.
Well, there are quite a few, if you know where to look.
No, I was saying there's actually a movie with Morgan Freeman in it, and I think Jonah Hill's in it too for a hot minute. And oh god, Paz Vega. Oh, something with the checkout. Dude, JD! God damn it. But no, there's a scene where Jonah Hill is, I think it's Jonah, I can't remember. But anyways, there's a page is driving Morgan Freeman to a grocery store because he's going to be getting into, that person. So he's got to do, method acting. So he's literally going to go be a small supermarket manager, because that's what he's playing in the movie. So he's doing like role work or whatever. He's like going to study his shit. Well, so he's driving him there, and he's like, yeah, I got a book of blah, blah, blah on tape from you. And he's like, I don't remember doing that. He's like, yeah, no, I got it right here, man. And he starts playing it. And it's probably the guy we were talking about earlier, because it was, dude, it was like him, but it wasn't quite him. And like, you could tell. And Morgan Freeman was just shaking his head. He's like, that's not me. Just shaking it, dude. It's fucking hilarious. Scene cracks me the fuck up. That's why I love that fucking guy that we were watching him telling the story of like throwing up in fucking 5th grade on his first day. That shit was hilarious. The fucking guy was pissing himself. I know. He was going high pitched and shit. Oh, Jesus fuck. That was hilarious.
And it was entertaining. But like after that, I'm like, bro. Like, he's telling you about the worst part of his life.
I don't think you're just pissing and just laughing at you.
Laughing your ass off.
But see, that's why we're like, for his puppets, bro, we want to also have narration by not Morgan Freeman.
Interesting.
Because like the segues, because it would almost be like Crank Anchor style, but it's like scene to scene to scene, and there'd be like segues in between, like little clips and shit, where almost like Hee Haw style, laughing, like in living color, all that shit, like all, SCTV, like all of the little bits and pieces, but all fucking puppets.
Wow.
And the main show would be basically, it's fucking.
I'm a big Being John Malkovich fan. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. That's probably why.
Malkovich.
Yeah, the Malkovich with Malkovich and Malkovich.
For better or for worse, that made me study film. Yeah. That film probably got me into film and got me interested in film.
Okay.
Yeah.
The best was when you had to get out of Malkovich.
It pops you out.
I pass by that all the time. I live in Jersey. I love it.
It's not, I mean, what is it saying about John Malkovich and New Jersey? Like, that's honestly, come on. But dude, that fucking, I mean, I love just John Malkovich, period, as an actual actor. And I mean, as an individual that I'm aware of. I mean, some of the interviews I've seen with him, he doesn't do many, but it's
a pretty far out flick though. It was on a floor that was like half size.
Yeah, behind the cabinet.
And nobody went in that floor because it was all just for filing, supposedly.
That's definitely like a movie that the Gen Z is going to discover, and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, there's this crazy movie. What? Oh my gosh, he just has his girlfriend in a cage. Like, what? Like, that's so crazy. You can't do that. Like, it's so fucked up. It's like crazy on gender and shit. Like, it's like a lot going on. And like, it's like try to be woke, but not woke, but is woke, but isn't woke. And you're just like, what's going on here? And it's like the most like talk aboutable film. Like, you could literally just talk about that film for hours. Just any Charlie Kaufman film.
Oh my God. I gotta breathe a little bit.
Like, just like the speech impediment bit is just like, why is that in there? Like, it's just like, it's there and you're just like, okay, fine. Like, yeah, cool. Like, it's funny as hell. Like,
But see, and that I think, and this is what I really enjoy the most about it, is that from what I've seen of John Malkovich as an actual individual, like actor, human being, the whole spiel, the movie, it's like, I think that's a very accurate portrayal almost. Like it was almost like comical to me. It's just like, did he somehow, or was there like, I feel like, you know what I mean? So it's almost like an autobiographical in a sense, like, how much of that is true?
oh, for sure. If you have a fictional, like, autobiographical film about you, like, you've made it. Like, you're part of film history. Like, he was already a legendary actor from theater and that, but like, then also he has that film, and it's like, yeah,
a film called, Being John Malkovich. I mean, that's like a great film and won an Oscar. So now forever people will be like, oh, who's John Malkovich? Why is there a film about this? We have to do this metatextual analysis on like, oh, what films was he in? Oh, why did they pick him? Oh, what's it was like, strange and quirky, and it still taught you a lesson. But like it was kind of a really well crafted movie, but it's just I always look at it as being very tongue in cheek. It's very, it's meant to be a comedy-ish,
satire.
Yeah.
It's satirical. It's intelligent comedy.
It's moments where you're like,
it's not dick and fart jokes.
That's kind of dark, man. There were some dark moments in there.
Oh, it's so dark. Yeah, that definitely defines my sense of humor in a lot of ways.
Also, I mean, I love John Cusack, and so him as
Cameron Diaz in it also,
right? But him as the fucking the puppeteer. You know what I mean? Like with the freaking. But you could like, I mean, just the look in his eye, like he's a hell of a fucking actor. Like John Cusack's one of my favorites, dude. I love that cat. I mean, Grosse Point Blank, fucking, dude, there's so many cool gets. Oh man, it's a good ass fucking movie. Dude, Dan Aykroyd's in that shit. Fucking, was it Jeremy Piven? I fucking love Jeremy Piven.
Was that in that movie? Was it 1408?
When he was in the fucking Up in the Room and shit.
Oh man.
The Ghost movie or the Ghost Room movie?
I don't know any of these movies. I'm not a big fan of him.
Oh, okay.
I'm literally just being John Malkovich.
Was that
I feel like.
Wait, but
I haven't seen any of his other movies. I don't think.
Better Off Dead from the 80s?
No, I haven't seen any of this.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Wait, 1408. Wasn't that a Stephen King though? Who was that? That was a big name.
JD.
I feel like my dad.
Get off the show.
Dude, get out of my head.
I feel like my dad thought a lot of these movies were corny, and I never watched any of these like 80s movies.
Well, and I mean,
he was like high school and college. He was high school and college those years, so he probably looks back and he's just like, "Oh, those are high school and college movies. Like those aren't my movies anymore."
I mean, I don't. Probably, possibly, but it's just
we try to subvert, us freeds. No. We're subversive.
That's fucking funny.
Fuck John Cusack. No. I love John Cusack and being John Malkovich. I don't know him in a lot of other things. Oh, wait, he wasn't in that movie. He looked like a guy in that.
I mean,
he's very look-alike guy. Yeah.
Say Anything.
Can't Buy Me Love
have not seen.
Can't Buy Me Love. No, that's
maybe I'll go down the
Dr.
John Cusack rabbit hole. Maybe
I got some, bro.
I can borrow some DVDs.
Dude, I loan them out. But you got to bring them back, which means you got to come back. Oh, man.
Hey, if you give me beer and cook for me, I'll go back any day.
Wait, twist my arm.
I don't have to put out, right? This isn't a trick. I'm not getting... This beer was sealed, right?
Uncomfortable laugh.
I don't... oh Jesus fuck yeah no
I lived in New Orleans for college, so one time we were at one of the parades because it's parade season right now.
Like, not a whole lot.
Carnival season right now, leading up to
Fat Tuesday and shit,
Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
and one of the first parades we ever went to, we were on the parade route, and we had taken public transit down there, taken an Uber down there, and like what people don't know about Mardi Gras and like Carnival time is it's like a family affair. Yeah. Like everybody's just going out there with their families. Like people who show their tits are like stupid ass tourists. You know, like that's not a thing that like locals necessarily do.
No.
So like you go to this and you're just like, oh wow, I'm like literally drinking and there's like a 13-year-old boy drinking next to me and like his grandma is saying, yeah, have more, Sonny. Like, yeah, get some. Like, you know? And it's like, that's the vibes of it. And like some dude who's like a councilman or something, like he fucking like drove us home and he was like drinking and driving. Like he literally just had like a beer in the, like, and it's okay because they have drive-through daiquiri stores. So it's okay to be drinking and driving. It's just not okay to be drunk driving, you know? And like the cops are way too preoccupied in New Orleans. So you can't really get pulled over for drunk driving because like there's so many murders. Like you can't be distracted by drivers. Like that would be such a waste of police presence.
Like here, I mean, here, if you drive home with a 4-pack, it's like you have an open container.
No, it has to legit be opened.
Okay. All right.
Texas,
I mean,
you can bring a 6er on the road in Texas. No,
as long as you're not, yeah.
no, I don't know. I know
It's
that's
like-
how it used to be. My dad
it's like
said,
monk rules.
Yeah, we'll just crack a beer and take it on the road trip.
Well, I mean, dude, but there's so
And then MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, right? Is that the history of it? They were like, drunk driving's bad. Cops were going to stop fucking you if you don't get the drunk drivers and get our kids to stop crashing their cars and drinking and driving.
down with dope, up with hope. What the fuck?
That came about right around the same time as like, this is your brain.
This is your brain on drugs.
Any questions? Yeah, can I get some toast and bacon with that?
Did you spin this? That looks pretty good. Yeah, make some for yourself.
Drink.
No, that would have to be weird science. Drink. Yeah, you gotta. Oh shit! It is technically green room. Fuck, we should get some practice in, man. Got Zach and fucking James coming next week, dude. We're gonna throw down, dude. Legit, but I'm getting like under 5% so we can play the game and actually like drink some fucking beers.
It's no good if somebody
Yeah, it's
falls on
tough
the
if
floor.
it's like 12% beer.
Well, plus I think we're being smart, and there's going to be like designated drivers and shit. So there might be designated drivers. So there might be some, you know, the whole family might be coming and shit. So we might have like large group in the house. I might be cooking a big ass dinner, dude.
I'm like, well, we getting a limo? What are you talking about?
Fuck no, I live here, man. I gotta go nowhere. Well, except for to the store to pick up shit, and you know. But now I was thinking, dude, I'm gonna make like a fucking bomb ass like taco nacho bar. Just like, yeah, but fucking, you know, vegetarian style, and because I think most of us are like pretty much vegetarian.
Okay.
So there's no point in. So I'll just make some like bomb beans and shit, and it's like some fucking dope ass rice and
Some yellow rice.
oh, dude, maybe I'll make like an elote salsa or some shit. Oh, fuck yeah. Good chili corn.
I'm trying to get my vegan muscles. I just started going back to the gym.
How did you?
I've been out of the game a long time.
But
I gotta
bro,
see
that
if
is the
I
thing,
get the
man.
Game Changers muscles. I saw the documentary. I'm ready to do it.
Well, dude,
I'm gonna just eat like 7 pounds of beans every day. I'm just gonna be farting all day. People are gonna be like, "Oh, what's that smell?" And it's like, "Sorry, I'm a bodybuilder now."
I'm a vegan bodybuilder. But no, all right. So when I was 19, I was like working out fucking hard. Like, dude, I was a big dude. I was eating like 8 meals a fucking day. And like each time, it's like, dude, my middle snack, my like, you know, my 10 o'clock snack after I had just eaten like 2 or 3 hours ago was like 2 peanut butter and jellies and like a fucking apple and a bag of chips. And then like 2 hours after that was like fucking lunch where I had like 2 or 3 more peanut butter and jellies, a fucking like a banana and an orange, and then like fucking, you know, like a bag of, dude, it was fucking insane. Do you like when you eat vegetarian or vegan, like, and you're trying to put on weight?
You know how many beans and rice you got to eat to make up?
But dude, that's why I was trying to get as much protein as I could. Like I was making heavy ass fucking peanut butter sandwiches and shit. Cause being vegetarian, it's just like, you know what? Dude, that's high protein, but but then you're also pumping the sugar in with the jelly and shit. But I was getting like that good, like Amish preserve shit. So it's like low sugar and like all actually organic cause it's made with like grandma's love or some shit.
I love it though. 'Cause, like,
That's the original organic. That's
Right.
That's not the stuff you're getting that says at the store that organic, you know.
Yeah.
Who
Granny
knows what that is?
Yeah. Nona made this. Thanks, Nona.
Because technically speaking, I mean, I guess, you know, high fructose corn syrup is organic.
Fuck no, dude. Dude, that's why I like Mexican soda and shit. Cause it's made with cane sugar.
Right.
Not the fucking processed shit. That fucking like white powder.
See, I feel like everything's off now. Like when you like you got to spend extra money for a cow that eats nothing but grass, and I'm like, wait a minute, aren't cows supposed to eat grass?
That's right.
I don't understand. Well, no, but it wasn't grass finished. Like, there's all these different levels. No, like it has to be.
Yeah, no.
Because then I found out, like, they'll feed cows like gummy worms and stuff just to fatten them up, like, right before they're ready to.
I mean,
do them.
Do you feel bad for the cow at that point? I mean, he's getting them.
No, it's not even. It's not even about that. It's
that's what's up, bro.
It's not even about that because
gummy worms are dope.
Like if somebody killed a deer and they were like, "Here, you want some deer meat?" I'd be like, "Sure." At least I know where it came from.
I mean,
I know it wasn't,
but it could have been toxic and you don't even know it, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
it could have just drank from a river or some shit, or that's why like it was slow and the dude actually shot it. And, like,
but it's not like pumped full of hormones or Yeah,
it doesn't have hormones, but it's got toxic waste in its fucking.
Everything's got toxic waste in it somewhere,
dude. That's me. I'm a huge proponent for fucking having your own garden, man. That's why I'm like I keep trying to do as much as I can, but like I need bigger. I want property, like small house, lots of fucking growing space.
Yeah,
take care of me and a couple of people, man.
I need to get a green thumb.
It's easy, bro. Dude, we can
something other than just tomatoes and peppers,
Oh fuck yeah, dude. I mean,
tomatoes and peppers are sick though.
Yeah, you can do a lot with them. But yeah, no, I want like tomatillo and like, oh hell yeah, give me some like spices and shit. We need that oregano, some fucking cilantro.
You gonna make some verde? You're gonna whip up some verde?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, that's why that's why I want bigger spots. Cause like, dude, I've been getting better and better at my aquaponics. So it's like, I know how to scale at this point where I can still have beautiful, dude,
you should have like a whole garden in here. Like I should walk in and just be able to like pick stuff and.
I don't know if the floor could hold that much weight, bro. Dude, I got 120 gallons over there. You know how much water waste per pound? Like
I know,
a gallon?
It's extremely heavy.
It's like 8.8 fucking pounds a gallon. I got 120 in that fucking corner. It's like half a fucking ton. That's why it's in the corner. There's as much fucking strength as close to the fucking, load supporting bearing.
Stared into the light too long.
That will happen.
I got seeing stars right now.
That's 100 water CFL, man. That's a big Johnny. Supplemental light. Yeah. Plus, there's two more of them right here. I got good lighting.
They get electricity today.
Nah, it's CFL. They don't really take much.
1 gallon of water weighs slightly over 8 pounds, right?
8.8 pounds. Where were I just?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus fuck.
It's very heavy.
Damn,
that's what I was.
That's perfect. That's weight to lift.
Yeah, dude.
2 gallons.
Yeah, right. Dude, what?
Just do this.
This gallon of milk, Grandma.
You do this.
You know who Nick Swartzen is? The comedian?
Yes.
And the actor? Dude,
yes.
Some of his old shit, he was talking about his, when he would go to his grandma's house, she calls him Nicholas.
Yes.
And she'd be like, Nicholas, can you get me that milk from the fridge? And you go, what? This gallon of milk, Grandma? Like throwing it up over his head. It's like, oh, Nicholas, you're so strong. Fucking love Nick Swartzen. Dude, he's just fucking out there, bro. See, I like Dane Cook OG shit. You know what I mean? Like him, just like Carrot Top too. Like once they got to a spot where they like air quotes made it, it was just like wah wah wah. It's like no more. It wasn't. It just it's kind of sad.
I don't know.
It was different. It wasn't that. It's just different.
It's just different.
Yeah.
There's like a sweet spot, I think, before you become super famous, where like you're at the level of fame where people should know who you are, and then like you become the person who people know, and then you have to perform every night, and you have to have new stuff every night, and then people are like, "Oh, you're not good enough because you're constantly doing new stuff," and then you're rushing your process, and then it gets bad. I think. And also the first album is always the best album, right? And then like, if you're a great artist, maybe you make like 10 other good albums.
Well, I think the other danger is becoming a caricature of yourself.
Definitely.
I think that was one of the things that Dana Carvey was like kind of worried about, that he was like, it got to the point where I was doing certain characters so often that it wasn't, I was just doing that person. I was doing me doing that person because people had gotten accustomed to a certain, you know.
You're like fucking Church Lady and Ross Perot.
Church Lady was awesome.
Larry, let me finish. Let me finish.
Dude, that shit to this day. That and fucking chopping buckle. Dude. Yeah. Well, I mean, not turtle enough for a turtle club. Turtle. Fucking love Dana Carvey, bro. Sorry. I fucking love my Dana Carvey, bro.
I love Wayne's World.
Dude, we went and saw this play.
Wayne's World 2 first. I thought there wasn't a Wayne's World 1. I thought it was like a joke.
Dude, no. Dude, so there was the movie House Second Story. It was House 2 Second Story. There was only one. But it was kind of funny because it was House 2 Second Story. Because second story on a house, and it's House 2. So there's like, dude, that fucking movie was hilarious. But yeah. So I get that because I'm like, so I mean, dude, people have done that shit. It's like Naked Gun 2.5. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Like 33 1/3.
No, it's more than that though. It's like introducing something as if it's a sequel, but like it's never been done before.
I'd be like, where's the first? The fuck? How can't I find this shit? Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. But no, dude, we just saw this play Between Two Knees that my dude was in.
We did.
It was fucking dope as shit, and they have a part where the director Eric Ting, he was like very 80s 90s because I think he's about our age. So he's like mid 40s. So he's like 43, 45, something like that. So there was like tons of like dope ass 80s, 90s reference with like video games and movies and such, where he's just like, all of a sudden the scene cuts and it's like, all of a sudden we're going to go to a flashback. And they're like all like, so it's just like fucking Jess Wayne's World. But I mean, they also did Temple of Doom, you know, Indiana Jones Temple of Doom, where it's like, Kalima. And he's got the fucking heart in his hand and he's like pumping it and shit. And then, dude, there were so many throwbacks, and they had like the Rubik's Cube in it and shit, and it's just fucking dope. Yeah, I love me some Wayne's World shit, but I think that's also why I like the Austin Powers character, because it was almost like an extension of, because like Wayne was always just like, I'm fucking Wayne. Like, you know, he was a local, you know, hero kind of celebrity, whatever type, but he was like nobody and then makes it and shit. But, you know, he acted as if, and, you know, I feel like Austin Powers was, you know, if you like watch all the movies and see the story right, you know, he was kind of just like always just, you know, super dope dude. And Dr. Evil was like not. You know what I mean? So it was like he always acted as if, and so it always makes me think of that shit. So I mean, I like, you know, Wayne's World because Garth fucking adds a whole nother level to it. Because I mean, dude, I just love fucking Dana Carvey because he sells that shit. Right, dude, he commits. That's why I always say, dude, I don't care about what your overall performance is as long as you stick the landing. If you're just like, fuck it, I'm selling it as hard as I can. I don't care how it comes out. This is the best I got, and I'm just giving it you all. Give me your all, man. I will fucking score high on that shit every time. I don't care what it looks like.
Wayne.
For the one guy's always like, I love you. He's just like, just say thank you.
Oh God! I always think about that
with the
clip from
licorice rope in the fucking.
I always think about the clip from a show though, where he's like Bill Clinton with his tits being sucked. Have you seen that video from the Dana Carvey show?
Dude, we've talked about the Dana Carvey shit. Dude, that was like the OG Dave Chappelle shit. It was like the first one to really put some shit out there, man. And people just weren't into it. They just didn't get it. I mean, it had a primetime spot and it just didn't go anywhere and instantly got yanked.
But that sketch is very ridiculous.
Didn't he have
Bill Clinton with titties?
But wait, wasn't it Utters? Like, didn't he have several? Yeah, right? Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, bro.
We're at the end of the green room.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And I'm green.
Shit. Yeah, right. That will happen.
That will happen.
Yeah, we get to take a 15-minute break now. And
we get to take a 15-minute break now.
Well, I mean, because, dude, if you give him more than 15, he'll take fucking 30. And if you give him 30, I'm telling you.
I'm right here.
There's some good food in the kitchen. So.
I was pointing at you. I'm aware. Yeah,
Well,
thanks, bro.
Thank you for
Appreciate that.
having me on the green room. I know this is separate from the other podcasts. So
Well, you would-
I'm
so
going
this
to
is-
separately.
yeah.
Thank you
Oh, thanks, bro. We appreciate that.
for the great beer and the food and the hospitality.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, as well as if people are still listening at this point, you might as well shameless plug the shit out of yourself again, real quick.
Oh yeah, you can find me everywhere at JFreeze, JFREEEZE. Late Night Hump is my sketch group, and we have LNH Studios. We create films and podcasts. Sessions with Mary Jane is one of our podcasts. We had Philly D on. We also have Young Black Suburban on that podcast, which is hosted by Tim Witherspoon Jr., a Bucks County-er. So some local homegrown stuff, different part of Bucks County, but yeah. down in Bristol.
Man.
Thank you so much for having me. I got some comedy shows probably coming up. So look at my website at lnhstudios.com/shows. Those are the shows that are going on. Maybe this will be released around my birthday. Who knows? Maybe I'll be 28. Who fucking knows?
I mean, what is? You don't have to tell us your birthday.
April 5th. Find me on the internet and dox me and kill my family. No, I'm just kidding.
That just went
Don't
south
do
really
that.
fast.
No, don't do that. That is not a thing that you should do. Stay away from.
I mean, we try not to edit, but I'm a little disturbed right now.
Redacted.
Redacted.
Yeah.
Dude, you can't. DEFCON 3. No, we can't. That's not how this.
That's the sound of the police.
Dude, I got a fucking Bloodhound gang on that. Everybody would. Throw your hands in the air.
I'm glad.
Come on, everybody.
I'm glad you got that.
Dude, I mean, I love me some Jimmy Papalia. You kidding me, man? Guy's a fucking local hometown hero.
So for real, if you want to reach out to us, right? Hit us up at ITY.
If you want to hit us, I mean, damn it. Who changed the prompter? Yeah, go ahead. Do all of them.
Music.
All of them.
What? Oh,
yeah. Do it. Do it.
Oh, to reach out to us.
Starsky and Hutch drink. I'm gonna fucking crush it next week.
No, you do it. You do it.
Oh, Jesus.
You do it.
All right. So here's the deal, people. If you still are seriously listening, which, by the way, thank you so much.
We love you, Danger Mouse.
We appreciate you so hard.
Well, not that hard. That's a little.
Do I love fucking Dave Chappelle so hard? Oh my God. Redacted. But yeah, no, please, if you could hit us up, ITY at directionsandmusic.org. Motherfucker, if you're going to have me do it, you can't piggyback that shit.
I already did that part.
Or the humans.
The humans.
THEHUMANS at ITYstudios.com. This motherfucker. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's floating. Oh, I don't know. Or you can get us separately at alternate locations, both being Gemini, GEMINI at either directionsandmusic.org or ITYstudios.com. Same thing with Philly D, PHIOOID.
Are you trying? I see what you did.
At either directionsandmusic.org or at ITYstudios.com. And Miss JD at ITYstudios.com. Shout out to her, even though she's not here. Didn't help us learn shit tonight.
She's here in spirit.
She is, but we didn't learn shit. We just talked some trash.
We learned nothing tonight.
Pretty much. It's the green room. That will happen. Super Troopers, drink! You're going to be so fucking wasted next week, bro.
I know. That's
I love Super Troopers.
Oh my God, I fucking love this guy. Now we're leaving now. Then you're going to, fuck you. I hate you.
Why? What?
Well, because you wanted to end it. I mean, I told you the time. But we got to go now.
All
hey. Looney Tunes, no one.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, again, we really do appreciate you. You have no fucking idea. Like, seriously.
Mr. Gemini.
Philly D!
Clickety clack a fact check of Miss JD.
Dude, that was horrible.
Oh, you do it then.
Clickety clack a fact check of Miss JD. You gotta take the bass out of your voice. I ain't falling for no banana tailpipe. You've been hanging out with this guy too long.
I'm not falling for a banana in my tailpipe.
I ain't falling for no banana in the tailpipe, man. But yeah, special guest.
Jordan Freed.
Yeah, no, as always, fam.
Smelled like fried. Catch me at your local comedy club. Probably coming back to Pennsylvania by the time this comes out. So check me out somewhere.
Dude, I will throw shit in the links and the posts and all that good stuff. That's
Hell
what we
yeah.
do here. We love supporting our fam, man.
It's going to be getting towards 420 season, so I'll probably be doing some kind of fanciful shows, hopefully, unless people blackball me out of the stoner community. Fuck them.
You're supposed to
No respect to the
Positive energy.
originator of the stoner show.
Oh my God.
We're all about positive energy here.
No,
Yeah. There's no fucking of any. It is time to go now.
I'm a pacifist. Good night.
Yeah, no.
End the war in Ukraine. Good night.
I think there's supposed to be like mic drop in there somewhere. I don't know. But fam, we do appreciate you. Thank you so much. As always, be good to yourself. Be good to everything else.
Much love.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh, it's fucking funny. Oh, come on. You gotta.